we got today. Hello again, everybody. This is Lance Russell along with Gordon Solie. And by golly, Gordon, we've got ourselves a lineup of matches today that won't quit in a half for a fact.
We have indeed. We're going to be seeing some of the greatest competitors, I think, in the sport today, including such fellows as Rick Rude and the luscious one, Jimmy Valiant, and many, many more.
We've got not only a 12-man tag, which we haven't had, but we're going to see in a red-hot new team, and that's Steve Constance and Tim Ashley. This is a very fine young team out of Louisville, Kentucky. Hey, can I take just a minute to talk to you about something else? Got an advanced copy here of something that I really am delighted with, and I'll tell you what, I appreciate very much this autographed copy of it, Gordon, because Gordon and I have been friends a long, long time. It is a book entitled Gordon Solie, Master of the Ring, and it has a magnificent array of things pertaining to wrestling in it, Gordon. I'm glad you put it out.
Well, thank you so very much. Dodd Mead is distributing it, so it'll be out, I think, at the bookstores next week. So
right.
All the local bookstores should be careful.
Every wrestling fan is going to sit down and share those memories with you. We got time right now to get out of here and get back because we've got action coming up in the ring. We'll be back to it in just one moment.
It happens today, and Joe Shamoon, Plymouth Special Manager, wants to tell you about it. A caravan of 400 exquisite Orient rugs will be offered at 50% off. 100% wool, handmade rugs from the four corners of the world in all sizes from runners to inside. For each rug from China, Pakistan, India, Romania, even Persian rugs and popular jewelry all 1/2 off. Mansoor Fasihi will assist you with your every question. Plymouth Special, famous for big savings of water-based desk and leather, has scooped the market with these exciting Oriental rug buys. Be there.
Service Merchandise Founder's 50th anniversary with savings on great gift ideas. Like this Vidal Sassoon Professional Hair Dryer with 6 settings, now only $7.97 after rebate. And here's a nice gift, the Schick Flexmatic Total Touch Electric Shaver, now only $26.86. Top name brands for less, including Buzzbuster Superhead Radar Detector, now on sale during our Founder's 50th anniversary at Service Merchandise.
Burger King presents Double Trouble.
I knew it the first time I laid eyes on one. This was no ordinary quarter-pound burger. Word was it was called a double. You could get it straight, with cheese, even crispy bacon. But that was just the half of it. It also had this rep for flame-broiled taste. Then, when I took a bite, that was the clincher. I knew a double from Burger King only spelled one thing for those fried quarter-pound burgers. Double Trouble.
I'm too hungry for burgers now.
You've seen a lot of great stereo sales at CMC, but now comes a sale that tops them all. It's CMC's biggest sale of the year, with guaranteed lowest prices on over 1,000 audio and video products. Here are just a few. A Panasonic 19-inch color TV with Panabright color control. A Sony component system complete with cassette deck and cabinet. A Pioneer AM/FM cassette car stereo with digital tuning. It's CMC's biggest sale of the year, this Friday and Saturday only.
You know, Lance, one of the things that's been a large subject of discussion recently, of course, the situation with the Southern Heavyweight Champion Jerry Lawler and this fella Bundy and the odd switch in the situation with Rick Rude as a referee.
Boy, I'll tell you one thing. That is something that Lawler was really, really anxious to get back in that ring with Bundy. Because it's the longest time I think that I can remember that Lawler has been without the Southern Heavyweight title. He wanted a match, and as you said, Rick Rude, the referee. Let's take a look at that part of it. Both of them down. And a count going. Now here where Lawler has the advantage. He's going to cover Bundy. And while he does, Hart trying to flash some money at Rude. Yeah, he's got $100 bills. Rude takes it from Hart. We're looking right at it. He's got several $100s there. Sticks it in his pocket. Uh-oh. Bundy kicked out from under Lawler's cover. Rude grabs the arm now on Lawler. And Bundy slugs Lawler with a right hand. We're right at the 20-minute mark, and Lawler, well, they're warming
a 2 count. Lawler rolled out of the way, covers up King Kong Bundy. Rude, Flo getting down, but he does count him out. 1, 2, 3, and Lawler is the winner. The Southern Heavyweight Champion, Jerry the King Lawler, in 20 minutes, 35 seconds. Rude is taunting Hart for taking his money and then counting Bundy out, but now Bundy and Hart jump on Rude. Lawler back in with that Southern Heavyweight belt, and brother, he runs Hart and Bundy out of here.
Tag team action coming up here. One of the teams in the ring right now for a 1-fall 15-minute, I beg your pardon, 1-fall 10-minute time limit match. As soon as the competition arrives, here they come. They'll be underway with this 1-fall match. Introducing at a total weight of 442 pounds, wrestling under the mask from parts unknown, the Invaders, and going against them, total weight of 460 pounds, both from Louisville, Kentucky, Steve Constant and Tim Ashley. This match 1-fall, 10-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Constance and Ashley, an extremely powerful-looking pair of men. Lance, I know that they are not that long on experience in the sport, but, brother, they are a tough pair of competitors in the time that I've seen them.
You know, Gordon, I know you've seen a jillion of them, and we've seen a few of them here. When a team comes along that starts the wrestling world buzzing, brother, it is something else. And let me tell you, you're looking at a team that is doing exactly that. These guys are not only powerful, they have got some very fine amateur basic moves in there that's good to see, Gordon. I think we're looking at a coming team that may be champions in the future.
They're a Louisville Sluggers, there's no question about it, but they're going up against the Invaders, and this is a tough test for their first appearance here on Championship Wrestling. These Invaders, long on the experience, and good leapfrog. And Ashley right in behind his man, gets him back with a side headlock. So it's Ashley maintaining that side headlock. We'll be waiting for Constance to tag in here shortly. But these Invaders could spoil their initial matches here on the Championship Wrestling.
Boy, it would be so nice if he could put a young team in there and say, hey, they're going to be wrestling guys that follow the rules right down the line and a whole deal. But unfortunately, who said it was all going to be fair? You take what you get, and they got the Invaders today.
No question about it. It is Ashley now squaring against his man watching. He's showing a lot of ring savvy. He's not charging in recklessly, not taking any unnecessary chances. Moves in once again, collar and elbow. And again, a good wing under. A wing over, rather, by Ashley. As the Invader down. The Invader complaining about he was pulling at the back of the mask, but that was hardly the case. Keeps the arm bar. So it's Ashley dominating the situation.
Well, I eat my heart out, Jordan, when I see bodies like this. These guys have spent hours in there pumping that iron and really taking care of those bodies.
They have indeed, and of course that is so critical when it comes to this sport because it is an individual one-on-one, or as you see here, tag team action. And physical conditioning, the stamina factor is so very critical. But they've also won some powerlifting contests and bodybuilding contests, so they've really have utilized their bodies, I think, to the fullest extent. The Invader makes the tag. Ashley, good clean break, steps back. Referee Calhoun doing a fine job of officiating now, and it is the Invader getting his squares off once again, collar and elbow. Check for weight and balance, and it looks like the Invader rips across the eyes of Ashley, catches him again, and this is where the rollback is thrown out, and this is where we're going to find out what happened.
Boy, pounding away in there, and then with a foot right in the back of the neck, and the Invader on the front. Looked like a front face lock, but what he was doing is choking him, and referee Jerry Calhoun right on top of it.
On Chancery right now, they're double teaming on Ashley, and he needs very badly to get over and make that tag with Steve Constant. He has not had an opportunity yet, and rolled back into the corner once again, slapped by the Invader. And the Invader starting to get power slam. Brother, I'll tell you what, they show a maturity, Lance, beyond their experience. There's no question about that.
Gordon, let's take a look at the power slam in there, because I think just exactly what you were thinking about. Now watch exactly when he goes into the power slam how he gets his own body up in the air so the weight drives behind his opponent rather than taking away from it. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? My golly, I'll tell you, you either have a guy who's got it or he doesn't have it, and there he had it. Beautiful move.
That could be one of the most exciting tag team combinations that we've seen in a long, long time, and we're, well, frankly, I'm looking forward to seeing them in action again. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you been injured? For many years, the law firm of Todd & Deal, licensed in Mississippi and Tennessee, has represented injured people who've been hurt on the job or in car accidents. If you have been hurt in a car accident or on the job, call Todd & Deal, attorneys, now, 522-1638. They're ready to help you right now. There's no attorney fee charged unless a money settlement or a recovery that's acceptable to you is made. Call Todd & Deal now, 522-1638, 522-1638.
Age of Electronics is now, and Aaron Rent's Electronics has what you want at incredibly low prices. Save up to 30% and more when you're at TVs, stereos, microwave ovens, and VCRs. Rent 19-inch color TVs for only $31.50 a month, or a complete stereo system for only $37 a month. Rent for a short time or rent to own in 18 months. You don't need established credit, and service is free while you rent. Aaron Rent, the value leader in rentals for over 28 years. In Memphis, call 365-7656. There are trucks you'd love to own and trucks you can afford. But when you're talking Chevy, they're one and the same. Starting at $72.95, Chevy C10, the best-selling full-size pickup in Memphis. Chevy S10 from $59.90. Nobody has a lower-priced American-built truck. With optional V6, it gets twice the pulling power of a half-ton import. They don't even offer V6. C10 and S10 at your Memphis area Chevy dealer. Isn't it great to love a truck you can afford?
Attention on this because a lot of folks have been asking about tickets for the championship wrestling, and we haven't in quite some time. I would like to say that because of groups and so forth like this dynamite group we have here today, we've been able to catch up a little better, so your tickets will be coming to you in a hurry. Now here, if you got a pencil and paper, if you haven't, don't be without one. Write this down. Want to get tickets? They're absolutely free, so, brother, you can't beat the price on it. Send a Wrestling Tickets, WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. We'll leave that up there for just a second. I do want to tell you a couple of stipulations. If you are a group, church group, Boy Scouts, such as that, please put the name and phone number of somebody who can be contacted by the station to verify the request. Otherwise, family-wise, unless there are extenuating circumstances where you got 8 or 10 kids or something, 4 tickets per request on it. Please get your tickets in. We'd love to have you folks that have never been up here right here with us. And, of course, all of you folks that have been, send them back in. Wrestling Tickets, WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. Look for you right here Here's a guy that I'm looking. I didn't think I'd be standing cordially talking to, but I'll tell you what. The little move that he pulled with Jimmy Hart taking his money kind of endeared Rick Rude to my heart. Rick, you got Big Bundy again, and boy, are they hacked off.
What a night, huh, Lance?
Oh.
Angel beat the tar out of Jimmy Hart.
Yep, got your
just like I said she would. And the King Lawler beat the tar out of King Kong Bundy. What do you think, Lance? What a night, huh?
Boy, I'll tell you, some kind of a night. You got your contract back, and that was very
That's right, I
important.
got my contract back. Now what I need is a little revenge. King Kong Bundy, 2-ton Bundy, come on down to Memphis and bring that little worm Jimmy Hart, because I'm going to take care of both of you. Just like last week the King took care of you, I'm going to finish you off this week, Bundy.
Well, Rick, good luck to you in there. We're looking forward to seeing all of it. Hey, listen, coming up Monday night, in addition to the Rude Bundy match, there's going to be a 22-man winner tag elimination where the man who wins it gets himself a man's mink coat. And, brother, that is no bad deal. Here's some other words on what's going to happen Monday night.
On a special night, Championship Wrestling brings a special card of 7 big bouts. This week, the Coliseum locks on Tuesday night with a loser's nightmare match. Each loser will have something different at stake, from wearing a dress to leaving town when Savage and Popo meet Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy continue their personal grudge. Handsome Jimmy takes on Iron Mike Sharp, and Jerry Lawler faces undefeated Russian Korchenko for the Southern Belt. All of this action and more Tuesday night at regular prices.
Well, in just a moment, we're going to be seeing something very special on Rick Rude. You know, the amount of dedication and self-sacrifice that one has to put in to become a successful professional wrestler is absolutely monumental, but it does have its rewards as well. Right now, let's take a look at a special video montage on Rick Rude.
Fall, 10-minute time limit tag team action coming up. They're producing at a total weight of 454 pounds. Both out of Memphis, Tennessee. Jerry Bryant and his partner Ken Raper going against them. Total weight of 446 pounds with their manager Jimmy Hart and Jimmy Jr. in their corner. The Gilberts, Tommy Gilbert, and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. This match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
Australian tag team match, and the Gilberts, well, obviously, Lance, when you get a combination of the Gilberts like this, they've wrestled together for years and years, and in my opinion, that does give them an automatic edge, and they have the additional edge of Jimmy Hart.
Absolutely right. I'll tell you one thing. They've got Hart out there, and looking at that Rick Rude thing, Gordon, one nice thought that went through our mind is that Rude is no longer associated with Jimmy Hart.
That's a natural fact, and Mr. Hart, I think, is going to pay some dues down the line. Hot Stuff, Eddie Gilbert out there now. remember, this match, 1 fall, 10-minute time, and they lock up collar and elbow. Gilbert pulls this man back to the rope, gets from the forearm across the midsection. Good leapfrog, and a drop kick that puts Gilbert to the canvas. Gilbert drops to the canvas after that drop kick. Gilbert, the international heavyweight champion. There are a lot of people out looking for one Mr. Gilbert. I'll tell you one fellow in particular, Tommy Wildfire Rich is looking for him. Shoulder smash, drops Gilbert back, drop toe hold by Gilbert. Float up on the body. The reversal there, full arm drag and twist. Gilbert next to the ring rope, that forces the break. Tommy Gilbert issuing some advice now to Huckstuff. Interestingly enough, Huckstuff is becoming more and more independent. Good 2 spin under takedown. Jimmy Hart complaining about the folks here at the television sports arena. Good, I can't blame him a bit in the world. Tommy Gilbert caught a full body slam on Gilbert. And Gilbert, up into those ring ropes, has got a lot of problems here. Gilbert stops him coming in, gets from the forearm across the side of the jaw. Now Gilbert using right hand very effectively. Gilbert most usually has that right fist face. Ooh, brother. That's Eddie Gilbert. My moniker for him is Fast Eddie Gilbert, and he does not like that too much. In fact, he takes umbrage to it. Referee Calhoun checking on Gilbert once again, but he's got had a perfectly good armbar, then got some extra leverage that time. Again, Gilbert gets the takedown, getting the extra leverage. Tag is made. Tommy Gilbert moves in. Plants a boot into the pectoralis majors. Got some extra leverage that time. And the Gilberts will take those shortcuts. And one must admit about the Gilbert, I don't know if you could hear it or not, but Jimmy Hart approached the desk here and is complaining about the spectators. These Gilberts take every shortcut in the book and then some. On the canvas. There again was that shortcut, getting the extra leverage, grabbing a hair. Tommy Gilbert back in, keeps the armbar. Gilbert hangs tough on that one. That is to keep the hold. They have kept their man in their own side of the ring. They have not allowed him the opportunity of tagging out. Meanwhile, the Gilberts have been tagging in and out with great regularity. And this is keeping themselves fresh while they're steadily wearing down their opponent. Jimmy Hart complaining to us. That high nasal voice of his complaining about the spectators. Folks here certainly have a right to say and make as much noise as they want.
Well, the unfortunate thing, Gordon, is that the referee can turn around and walk away from Hart. We can't go anywhere. That's why he comes screaming. Yeah. And because he sees a microphone on. Every time he sees the mic, Hart's around it. You can bet.
Yeah, I think somebody inoculated him with a phonograph needle or something, I'll tell you. All right, the Gilberts now have not allowed this man to get out of the ring. He has not been able to tag up. And obviously, if they continue this 2-on-1 dominance, it's just a question of time until a pinfall occurs.
Hey, you saw Tommy Gilbert. He's mastered that hand in the hair hold, and he does that one. Hey, we saw it from right here, Tommy. Don't start that.
Eddie Gilbert drives the knee into the chest. Makes the tag again with Tommy Gilbert.
Jerry Bryant in the ring now with Tommy Gilbert has been on a hiatus for a while, and he has now been back in a couple of 3 weeks. Jerry's a good, fine young wrestler, but he's a little rusty in terms of actual ring time, and boy, that shows up. I don't care what it is, whether it's boxing or football, or the time on the field, or whatever it is. It'll show. Oh, look at here!
Came down with that elbow. However, Gilbert rolled to one side, and it's up to Eddie Gilbert back out there now. Bryant caught a hard looping right hand to the head. And then Gilbert driving a knee into the shoulder, catching those deltoids on Jerry Bryant. No, you're exactly right. When you're injured, sidelined with injuries and out of action for a while, everything goes off. Your reaction time is off. Your offensive time is off.
I think also, Gordon, that a lot of your mental timing is off, too, because you don't think ahead the way you have to be able to anticipate and do things like not missing elbows like Jerry missed a moment ago.
Excellent point, and it is indeed. Bryant, there. I don't know whether you could catch that on the camera or not, but it was Gilbert getting in a cheap shot, shooting Bryant to the canvas, and before Bryant can get to his feet, once again they close in on him, driving a knee to the abdominal wall now with an arm bar, coming across, overhooking the arm. And hot stuff, just humiliating the man. It was psychological.
Boy, Eddie's got that mouth going on double time, too. He really, since he became the international heavyweight champion, he really has doubled the activity of that mouth.
Well, he's got some tough competitors coming after him, and it's going to be interesting to see how long. As Bryant charged in that time, he thought he had things pretty much going his way. Tommy Gilbert jammed a knee to the midsection, and so it is Bryant. Good move by Bryant, rolling reverse. Broken up again. There's that double teaming. Well, Bryant needs desperately to get over and tag. That is the crucial point in this match, in my opinion, right now.
Ken Raper, who is the bigger of the two, Raper standing there waiting, but they haven't let Bryant out of that ring.
Gibson trap in that corner, and Bryant again trying to bomb his way out of there if he can, trying to get over to make the tag, and again they block him. So Bryant, a desperate battle now, makes the tag. And Raper exploding now. Ken Raper exploding with everything he's got on the Gilbert. And remember now, he is completely fresh. Back drop on Tommy Gilbert. Raper moving in against him. Makes the tag. Bryant catches him. That drop kick catching him right in the chest. They block by Raper and the referee Calhoun. Wait a second. Gilbert. And it appeared he had something in his fist or on his hand.
That's it.
Count of three. Count of three. It is all over for Jerry Bryant and Ken Raper, but not with some kind of a fist from the international heavyweight champion Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert. Like I said, there are a lot of people looking for this man. And well, let's take a look at it again if we can, and we'll see what we're talking about here.
Yeah, maybe we can get a little shot on Eddie.
Yeah, see what he's...
Yep. Bam. And that was it for Jerry Bryant. There's the cover. And look at the time that he had, too, Gordon. Plenty of time in there to get that count. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the Gilberts come up with it, and while we do a little repair work on the ring, it gives us an excellent opportunity to do something that we're very, very pleased to be able to participate in, and that's the child search program. You know, until Championship Wrestling got involved, Gordon, I had no idea the number of children that were missing all over the country. It's just unbelievable.
It is. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of youngsters who are gone.
And just imagine how much satisfaction it must be for you folks out there who have been magnificent in your cooperation of it when you can help the authorities and some parents find a child. Particularly this week, we are looking for a child out of the Memphis, Tennessee area. Her name is Christy Duncan. Christy is actually from Blue Mountain, Mississippi, just south of Memphis, and is 5 feet 4 inches in height. She's 15 years of age, weighs 110 pounds, fair-skinned, gray, blue eyes. She has dark, black, natural, curly hair. and a 3-inch scar on the right side of her chin. Christy has been missing since October the 16th of this year, and we hope maybe that if you have seen Christy, have any idea the whereabouts, think you have seen her, please make a call to area code 901-528-8400. Your help is urgently requested. 901-528-8400, Christy Duncan. Take a good look, and we hope maybe that we'll be hearing from you to help her parents out. Back in just a moment.
You know, Bill, I had a crazy dream last night. You did? Yeah, I dreamt I went to a church. Yeah, she had a crystal ball, and she rubbed that thing and rubbed that thing.
So what happened?
Well, I heard this strange voice say,
No sales tax.
and there we were, self-service service show up in Avenue. The voice said they had twin size, canopy bed, regular $240, now $149.
No sales tax.
No sales tax. I want my palm read.
Off-road on the range, when the deer and the quad runners play. The fun is outrageous, it's times contagious, when you're off-road quad running all day.
Suzuki has more ways to get you off-road on the range. 8 different quad runners, from the kid-size LT50 to the quad racer. Some with electric start, full suspension, even one with shaft drive.
Off-road on the range, riding Suzuki's all day. Suzuki.
Foremost in four-wheeling.
Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. That phrase was first heard by Americans in 1918 from a little old company named Sears Roebuck. Today at Coleman Taylor Transmission, we still think it's a pretty good idea. So we feel it's an honor to be the first in the transmission industry to add to our warranty a money-back guarantee for the first 30 days on any service we perform. At Coleman Taylor, common sense customer relations is a way of life.
Hey, Ronald, know what time it is?
It's a good time to jump on with Ronald.
Time for our tennis match? Nope. Time to start buying Christmas presents. I'm giving you-know-who a Ronald McDonald Digital Quartz watch. They come in red or blue, tell the time and date, and have a great-looking face. Thanks.
It's time to get your Ronald McDonald watch at McDonald's for just $2.99. All proceeds go to help build your Ronald McDonald house in Memphis.
Rick Rude, handsome Jimmy. You know, every now and then, while I like good, clean, scientific wrestling, and I know you do too, Gordon, every now and then you see one of these knockdown, drag-out son-of-a-guns that just get your juices stirring.
You're right. Pier 6, there's no question about it. And Rude and Valiant as a tag team combination are more than capable of getting in there at Pier 6.
Yeah, this is a tar and feather match. Let's look at some highlights from it.
He's loose. There's the tag. Look at Jimmy go. Handsome around with that sleeper hold. Rude has the other dirty white boy in the ring. Referee Paul Morton trying to get them to wait a minute. Here comes Mike Sharp. There ought to be a disqualification here. Sharp gloms handsome Jimmy in the back of the neck. And there's a... Once again, here comes Iron Mike Sharp out there. Oh, boy. Mike Sharp is joining with the help of outside influence, comes up with a tainted victory.
I'll tell you one thing. You didn't make any friends, Iron Mike Sharp.
Let me tell you what, baby. We had Lawler beating his match. We had it all going for us, and I'm so sick and tired of outside interference. From now on, baby, from now on, we're going to take matters in our own hands, right, baby?
You got handsome Jimmy.
That's why I got him, and I'm going to give him the lesson of his life. Did you see what he did there in Memphis to me? He came up behind my back and he attacked me. I don't go for that type of thing. You know, I had Lawler beat for that Southern belt, and he knows it. And he had to be ambushed because he's scared he's going to lose it and have to go into early retirement. But I'll tell you something, Valiant. You're going to pay for it. You're going to have to face me, not from my back, but I'm going to come right at you. Right stern, right down your throat with this big ox right here. boom. And I'll tell you something, Valiant. I'm going to finish her. I'm going to put you right out, and it's going to be the end of your career. Finish her for good. And I'll tell you right here. And then one other thing. I'm getting a little sick and tired. You know, I was up in New York for quite a while, and they called me a nasty name, and I thought I was through with that. And now I'm starting to hear it again, and I want to put an end to it right here and now. I'll guarantee you that the next person that I get my hands on that calls me that name is going to be in big trouble, because I'm not putting up with it, because I don't resemble that name, and I don't have to put up with it.
Okay, let's go to Dave and get the out-of-town action. David.
Action coming up tonight in Jonesboro, Arkansas. The American Legion Arena box office will be open at 3 o'clock this afternoon, so you can pick up your tickets in advance. 10-man tag team match included on the Jonesboro card tonight, and a tar and feather match. Hart will have the first family there. Rick Rude will be there. Jerry the King Lawler, the Italian Stallion. That's in Jonesboro, Arkansas, tonight. Monday night, Boonville, Mississippi at Northeast Junior College. Buy your tickets in advance here and you save $1. You see the folks that'll be there, including the Macho Man, Randy Savage, Handsome, Jimmy Valiant, and the King, Jerry Lawler, all in Boonville Monday night. On Friday night, the 30th, Huntington, Tennessee, at the Civic Center. It's like a big card up there with Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Also, Constant and Ashley will be included on that card in Huntington, Friday night, the 30th. Friday, December 7th in Blytheville, Arkansas. Championship Wrestling will be back at the American Legion Arena up there. Tickets are available right now at the locations you see here. Sunday, December 9th, Championship Wrestling will be returning to Jackson, Tennessee. It'll be in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon, December 9th. 3 o'clock will be wrestling time. Championship Wrestling at the Coliseum in Jackson on Sunday, December 9th. And on the 14th in Water Valley, Mississippi. On Friday, December 14th, also Championship Wrestling in Brownsville, Tennessee. And on Friday, December 21st in Charleston, Mississippi at Charleston High School. Championship Wrestling will be there. Don't forget tonight over in Jonesboro, Arkansas. And we're going to be back with more after this.
Introducing the Transformers Power Cycle. You can imagine a world of adventures.
Look, they're attacking the power plant.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Time to transform into a robot.
Transformers.
But I won't. Listen away. Back to cycle mode. Hey, what kind of wheels he got? More than meets the eye.
The Transformers Power Cycle. New from Coleco.
Certainly one of the most impressive Russian wrestlers to come along in a long, long time is this man, Kurchenko. Now, he is in a title match we're going to be seeing in just a moment, the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. Jacques Rougeau, his opponent, is a second-generation competitor out of Canada. He is a French-Canadian, was an outstanding hockey player, amateur wrestler, and professional wrestler. You're going to see a match, really a classic confrontation. Let's go to this Mid-Atlantic Championship match right now.
And now, for the first family of professional wrestling, Charity, from the USSR at 320 pounds, introducing Kurchenko. And now, ladies and gentlemen, returning to the Mid-South Coliseum, introducing from Montreal, Canada, 240 pounds, defending the Boulevard heavyweight title, is Jacques Rougeau.
And Rougeau defending, he just won the Mid-America title not long ago, and he is defending against Kurchenko. And look at this, using the referee. He called the referee in as if he were going to ask him a question or tell him something. He put his hand up on his shoulder and did a full 360 and was right out of it. Kurchenko, awfully hard to get off his feet. Rougeau doesn't beat his head against a brick wall at this moment. Just backs up, takes a look. He'll file that one away and realize that in order to go against Kurchenko and get him off his feet, you're going to have to catch him when he is not aware, and you can't face him straight ahead. Kurchenko straight up. He bounces Rougeau down. Back into the corner. Big forearm smash to the chest and in the back and the lower back on Rougeau. Starts with a boot. He loves to do that.
Rougeau bows up off the mat, but he's picked up immediately and slammed down. Korchenko bear hugs him and slams him against the turnbuckle. Same spot, right in that lower back. Forearm smashed into that back again. Rougeau digs with the elbow. He's out of it. Whip on Korchenko. Follows it up. Rougeau, foot. Catches him in the lower abdomen, we'll say. The 10-minute mark, Jacques Rougeau feeling and looking a whole lot better at this moment, defending that Mid-America belt against the big Russian. Korchenko coming up. There's that drop kick, and boy, referee Jerry Calhoun is hit by the 300-pound Russian. Bowled over backward, and Rougeau, who came off with that super drop kick, is piled right in the middle of the back by Hart's cane. We could see it, the referee couldn't. And while he has his attention at Hart, Korchenko picks him up and back power drives him into the mat. We have a new Mid-America champion. Oh, boy. Well,
This presents the Insider. You never know when you're going to find yourself face to face with someone special. But with Fish, you're always ready. Only Fish has a great taste, plus a glistening drop of Rexy and a fresh, green flavor to get your breath fresh enough to be as close as face to face. First, Flexeal's Fish, regular and sugar-free, for breath that's fresh enough to be face to face. Discover the quick response and smooth performance of Exxon Extra, our highest octane unleaded premium gasoline ever. Its extra boost of octane quiets the knock, silences the ping for extra smooth performance. Exxon Extra, quality you can count on.
When you rent-own from Champion TV, you know names. You know name brands like Sony, Zenith, and Whirlpool. You know because at Champion, we trust your name. Champion rents-own name brand products to thousands of people just like you, with no credit hassles and no security deposits. At Champion, we don't care how much you owe on your car or what bank you use, because Champion recognizes the value of a name. Come on, it's really easy when you rent-own the Champion way.
I'm not going to go buy the food spray anymore.
Andrea Giles tells when she first tried 12-hour Nostrella, the metered one-way nasal spray.
After I had seen the presentation.
The TV presentation?
Yes.
You saw that squeeze sprays can draw back common cold viruses. So when they needed pumps?
It didn't.
That's a good reason for trying it. But the 12-hour Nostrella worked for you.
The 12-hour Nostrella cleared my sinuses, and I could breathe again.
12-hour Nostrella, Nostro, regular and mild. The metered one-way nasal spray.
It works for me.
One very important thing I forgot when we were telling you to write for tickets to the Championship Wrestling is the fact that
You can write, of course, to the address that we gave you, the Wrestling Tickets, WMCT, and so on. Please enclose a stamped, self-addressed envelope, or you don't get your tickets back. We have so many people that say, yes, I did do that, but we get them, and they don't. We get 15 or so a week that don't have those stamped, self-addressed envelopes. So just address an envelope to yourself, put a stamp on it, fold it up, and close it in there, and the tickets will come back to you in that envelope. Please do that. We'd like to see you. By golly, we've got Jerry Jarrett out here, which we do not have very often. And, Jerry, you got something in your hand right there the folks are going to love.
Well, thank you, Lance, and I won't take but just a minute. Jim Barham has done a book on Jerry Lawler called The Crowning of a King. Crockett Promotions, our company, has bought a number of these books to have them available for the fans at the arenas. I'm real proud of the book in that I think Jim's done a super job. The beginning of the story of Jerry Lawler covers an area of time of Jackie Fargo and myself and Tojo Yamamoto. The book has a lot of pictures, and it covers a lot of the most recent history of wrestling, particularly here in Memphis. I want to show the people the book and tell them that it's available at the arenas, and we've bought a limited number of them to make available to the fans. They'll be available at the bookstores throughout the country, but I just wanted to plug the book. I think it's a super job Jim's done.
Jerry, if they've ever wanted a baby picture of Jerry Lawler, there's one in there.
Yes, it sure is. Thank you, man.
Okay, fine. Hey, and you might pick that book up, as a matter of fact, Monday night when you go down there to the Coliseum. 8 o'clock is the bell time. You know you can get your tickets right now up until 5 o'clock, and we're going to be looking for you to get your tickets either Tuesday. Thank you very much reminding me that it was Tuesday night, not Monday. Did you hear that? Tuesday night. Everybody got that? Not Monday night. Special night this week with a very special card. Tickets on sale all day on Monday, all day on Tuesday, and, of course, up until 5 o'clock today. Get your tickets in advance. There is no increase in price. An opportunity for you to get right down there. And we're going to be seeing a match that'll start out with the Dirty White Boys going against Tojo and Jerry Bryant. The Nightmares will be facing this fine young team you saw in here today, Steve Constant and Tim Ashley. Going to be an even bigger test for Constant and Ashley. Tommy Wildfire Rich will be going against the vet Phil Hickerson, and boy, that will be a scrap and a half to see. Randy the Macho Man and Lanny Poffo will be going against Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. Will you stand by for this match? This is a loser's nightmare match. Now, the reason it's called that is that the loser of the match is going to have to give up something. It's different for everybody. Can you imagine seeing the Macho Man wearing a dress around for 30 days? Yeah, that's what happens to Savage if he loses it. His brother, Lanny Poffo, is going to be losing a $35,000 automobile if he loses that. Eddie Gilbert will be giving up the international heavyweight title. It's all signed. He can't get out of that one. And Tommy Gilbert has agreed to leave town in the event. You like that? Well, you're going to have to see, because each one of them something very different in a loser's nightmare match with the Gilberts going against Savage and Poffo. Then the grudge match with Rick Rude, the powerhouse, going against Big King Kong Bundy. Following that will be a battle that'll have handsome Jimmy Valiant, who'd like to get even. Mike Sharp was talking about Valiant jumping him from behind. How about what Sharp did in that match and caused Valiant and Rude to get tarred and feathered? You know, the boy from New York is not going to take kindly to that. They'll be in a single match. Southern heavyweight title match, the King will be going against the big Russian, Korchenko, who is undefeated coming into this match, and that will be an interesting thing. Jerry has got to continue his quest for that world title, and he's going to have to get by that huge Russian in order to do it. And the final event, stand by for this and think there won't be some knocking going on when 22 men get in the ring at one time with a tag elimination match, and you are going to see everybody busting everybody, because the winner out of the 22 men, one winner, will be getting a man's mink coat. No bad pre-Christmas present, and they're going to be fighting for it right there. Big night, one you're not going to want to miss. The Coliseum coming up on Tuesday night, 8 o'clock. We're going to be looking for it. Here comes the King. Now, how's he going to look dressed in that man's mink coat? You kind of like
like that, wouldn't you, Jerry?
Oh, yeah, I'd like it, Lance. I'd like it a whole lot. You know, I got several things I need to talk about here. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but first of all, I'd like to go back. I just saw a few minutes ago on the monitor in the back, you had up the card that was over in Jonesboro tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing all the fans over there, and I asked the promoters for a special stipulation. You saw on there, tar and feather match. Now,
yes.
You know, Sharp came out there Monday night. He caused Handsome Jimmy and Rick Rude to be tarred and feathered. Myself and Handsome Jimmy got tarred and feathered here on TV. But you know who's avoided it so far? Every time there's been that stipulation is the wimp Jimmy Hart has avoided having the tar and feather all over him. So I asked the promoters tonight over in Jonesboro. We got that match. And Hart, you be ready, punk, because tonight is your night. I can guarantee you that now. Now, another thing, Lance. I want to ask you something. I don't know. Any of you people out there, Lance, do you believe in omens?
Yeah.
Omens?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, like sometimes you have a dream about something and it's, you know, just really, I mean, it really stands out, sticks in your mind, and then later on you see that it comes about, you know, comes to be. That's an omen, see? Now, I have had an omen. I had a dream that was, you know, everybody dreams, but I mean, this was the most realistic dream that I have ever had in my entire life. And it was night before last. It was the night after I heard about, you know, the promoters call you every week and they tell you what kind of match you're going to be in. They call and said, well, Monday night, or Tuesday night, rather, this week at the Coliseum, there's going to be a 22-man tag elimination match. Right. Now, in case the people don't understand what that means, 22 men, it's not a partner. It's not a partnership deal. 22 men are around the ring, and what happens is you can tag out to anybody. And whoever you reach out to, they have to tag you. They have to come in and start wrestling whoever's in the ring. When somebody gets pinned, they go to the dressing room and they're eliminated. So you keep wrestling until 21 of those men have been eliminated, and there's only one guy left, and he's the big winner. So what could happen is you could see things like the Dirty White Boys having to wrestle each other, or one of the Dirty White Boys having to wrestle Eddie Gilbert, or, you know, all kind of...
Jerry Lawler against Handsome Jimmy. Well, I hate to bring that up.
All kind of interesting things can happen in a match like that. But back to my dream, Lance. I know I'm taking a long time out here, but what happened was I could see myself, and I was going out to the ring for a match. And, you know, I got a lot of nice ring jackets. I got a lot of nice robes. I got a lot of fancy sequin jackets and that kind of thing. But I was wearing, on my way to the ring, Lance, I was wearing a full-length $10,000 mink coat.
Oh.
For a ring jacket. Can you imagine that? And when I got in the ring, everybody was admiring this jacket, and what I did, I reached down and I pulled that mink coat open, and I was wearing the World Heavyweight Championship belt, Lance. Now, I think this is an omen. I really do. What I think is going to happen is I can see it in 1985. I am going to win the World Heavyweight Championship without a doubt, and I am going to win this mink coat, and that is going to be my ring jacket. Every time I go to the ring, I'm going to wear a $10,000 full-length mink coat and strut that big diamond-studded gold World Heavyweight Championship belt. That's all it's going to come to be. Am I right or not? It's an omen, right?
I love you thinking, young man. I love you thinking.
I realize there are going to be a few roadblocks. I realize there are going to be some people that are going to try to make that into a nightmare. One of them is going to be Korchenko. He's big, you know, and this is going to be the biggest match of my life. Because if I lose now, that's going to derail my quest for the title. But last week with Mike Sharp was the biggest match of my life, and I still got the belt, and I still plan on having it after I get through with this big stinking Russian, who ever since we've been here, all we've heard from him is how bad the United States is and how great Russia is. Well, I realize, let me say this, I realize that in the past it hadn't been too cool to be patriotic, Lance. But you're looking at a guy right here who thanks God every night when he goes to bed that he was born in the United States of America, because it is the greatest country in the world, and I'm going to show that fat Russian that we got some of the greatest athletes in the world Tuesday night, Lance.
Good luck to you, Jerry. We'd like to see the entire dream come to fruition, and by golly, that will be something else. Right now, a word from Norelco.
Norelco Protract, the shaving machine that challenges the world. Every blade, every electric, in closeness, comfort, speed, and performance. Only Norelco holds a charge up to 3 times longer than any leading razor. Only Norelco packs 3 floating heads with a patented twin-action shaving system. Get it? And like it, or get your money back. Remember, only a Norelco performs like a Norelco.
Coming up for one fall, 10-minute time limit tag team match, introducing at a total weight of 415 pounds, with their manager Jimmy Hart from San Francisco, California, The Dirty White Boys, Len Denton and Tony Anthony, going against them at a total weight of 466 pounds. From Beverly Hills, California, Rick Rude. And from Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
All right.
Good match, man.
As you heard Dave saying, 1 minute to 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. The Dirty White Boys moving out against Rick Rude and Jerry the King Lawler. You know, Lance, I had a chance to read Jerry's book. It's an excellent book, and I might point out to the fans who are watching some excellent color shots inside the book as well. It is really outstanding and a tremendous opportunity to grab a piece of history.
Big news, and in fact, Jerry's got one out, and Gordon has a book called The Master of the Ring, which will be in the bookstores, and so you folks will have a very special week or week stuff coming up in advance. You'll want a copy of each one of them.
Dirty White Boys coming out of the ring now, and so Jimmy Hart having his problems with the ringsiders here. And if he has much more of a problem, Jerry Lawler or Rick Rude are going to get their hands on him. And I think if either one does, we might see the end of one Jimmy Hart. Although Jimmy Jr. stays with Jimmy Hart constantly, and he is a massively, powerfully built individual. Rude, let's see if he answers the challenge. I don't know how many people know it, but Rude is a former national arm wrestling champion, so the Dirty White Boy might be in a real bit of a problem here, because Rude does have great tendon strength and muscular strength. And it looks to me like the Dirty White Boy is beginning to find out very quickly what Mr. Rude is talking about. Got what he had coming, Lance.
And he got what he had coming indeed. Listen, I want to remind everybody, in case they just joined us, we have a 12-man tag match coming up. That won't be too long after this exciting action is going to be over with, Gordon.
That is going to be something to see. They lock up collar and elbow once again. Rick Rude catching the side headlock. Let's see if he makes. He does. He makes the tag with Jerry the King Lawler, the Southern Heavyweight Champion. Meanwhile, Motor Mouth, Jimmy Hart keeps yakking away at ringside, but it is Jerry the King Lawler punishing the Dirty White Boys. The thing I like about Lawler is he's an extremely versatile competitor, an excellent wrestler, but if you want to go to Fifth City, he's got a pair of the hardest hands I've seen anywhere in the sport.
There's 2 or 3 wrestlers around, Gordon. I could mention some names. I will save that right at the moment, who have had broken ribs, broken jaws from that big right hand of Lawler's, and the Dirty White Boy may be a candidate for it in any moment.
Jimmy Hart very quickly getting behind Jimmy Jr. as he was shouting invectives into the face of Jerry Lawler. Lawler started to move for him, and Hart back to him.
Out here, baby. You ain't gonna fuck me anymore.
Here are the comments from Jimmy Hart with the Dirty White Boys having their problems, complaining to the referee, but to no avail. Lawler checking with the people, and they are certainly indicating unanimously that Jerry Lawler did nothing that was illegal.
Will you quit complaining, Jimmy, and sit down? Good night. This guy gets all over your case, and you imagine what the referee has to go through trying to concentrate on the ring.
And it's a tough job of officiating, I'll guarantee you that. Both men coming off the rope. Lawler slips through it almost. He gets to Jimmy Jr. He caught Jimmy Jr. As Lawler came charging through those ropes.
Gordon, I've often said that if they had an Olympic ring running contest, it would be hands down. Hart would be the world champion on it. He's hard to catch around there, but not so with Jimmy Jr.
Jerry the King Lawler. And now you can see Hart complaining to Jimmy Jr., and it was Hart who got out of the way, and Jimmy Jr. took the punishment. Meanwhile, the Dirty White Boys now punishing Rick Rude, jamming Rude's head into the turnbuckle. And you can hear the crowd picking up the chant, "Go, Rick, go," but he's just got a full body slam. The Dirty White Boy down with an elbow into those pectoralis major muscles, and it is Rude powering out before the count, however. Pretty White Boy brings him in once again, another full body slam. Let's see what happens as he comes off the rope. This time it's Rude rolling to one side. Rude back to his feet. Gentlemen against shoulder smash off the rope. Ooh, brother. Jimmy Hart caught him from behind, and Rude catches Jimmy Jr. once again. And it is Hart in the ring. And Lance, I'll tell you what, we got up here. 6 are going here. And Jimmy Hart trying to set a new track record. The referee stopping the match. The referee stopping the match. It was Jimmy Hart. Both teams disqualified. Both teams disqualified. Although it was Jimmy Hart that started it all, eh?
Yeah, I think the referee just said, hey, man, this one is totally out of hand. No chance of getting it back under control, and ended up stopping the bout at 4 minutes, 11 seconds into it. Lawler holding up his hand as he is asking the referee, do we win? But the crowd says yes, the referee says no. It was, as Gordon said, a stopped match, both of them disqualified. And what we have is a situation where nothing was resolved between the Dirty White Boys, Rude and Lawler.
Well, I will say one thing, though. I think Jerry feels kind of good. He got a shot in at Jimmy Jr., and so did Rude. So
at least that. He didn't get a full shot at Jimmy Hart, but he will. Just stick around. Both Rude and Lawler want part of that. I guess we better take time out. We've got that big 12-man match coming up before long.
Right.
Gordon will be back in a moment.
72-inch banquet extension pedestal table with leaf, plus 3 side chairs and 1 armchair for $349, or grill door china cabinet for $349. Not the $2,000 you'd expect to pay for this 6-piece set, but Jolly Royal's rainbow price of $699 at Royal discount. Free delivery, free layaway, and we carry our own account.
Smell this fresh cut cedar.
Nothing can penetrate this stuffy nose.
This can.
Hall's Lips and Lipstick?
Mm-hmm. With vapor action.
Even in the worst cold, Hall's vapor action penetrates deep into clogged nasal passages to help your stuffy nose feel clearer, while Hall soothes your throat to help your cough.
Hey, I feel much better now.
Good. You split.
For penetrating relief, get Hall's vapor action.
I just want to remind you again that Tuesday night at the Coliseum, that's the night this week. These gentlemen right here, I'm talking about Tommy and Eddie Gilbert, will be involved in a loser nightmare match where everybody has something different to lose. Savage addressed for 30 days. Lanny Poffo, that beautiful $35,000 automobile.
Yes.
This belt, international heavyweight belt that belongs to Eddie Gilbert, the hot stuff. And how about bye-bye to Tommy Gilbert if he ends up losing in there?
Lance, this has got to be the biggest match of my career Tuesday night. Let me tell you what's going to happen here now. Can you imagine whenever we beat Lanny Poffo, because I know your week away from wrestling is probably dull and boring until you get to come and talk the hot stuff, right? Now, if me and my dad pin Lanny Poffo, we get a Mercedes-Benz car, right? So what I'm going to do, Lance, I'm going to take that car. If we decide to beat Lanny Poffo, me and you are going to ride around Memphis a little bit, get some women, and party a little bit. But anyway, then, but the most important thing, and this is the thing I've waited for, this is the biggest moment of the Gilbert's life. Randy Savage. If Randy Savage gets beat, which he will, he has to wear a dress for 30 days. Now, can you imagine a guy walking around calling himself Macho Man wearing a dress for not 2 weeks like Rick Rude had to do. Rick Rude wore a dress for 2 weeks. 30 days of Randy Savage wearing a dress. Now, if, and only if, something we were slip on a banana peel, if I lose, whichever one, Lanny Poffo, if he pins me, he's the international champion. If Randy Savage pins me, he gets the international belt. And then, of course, if my dad slips on a banana peel, he'll have to leave town, but that's never going to happen, right, Dad?
Okay, Lance, because I want to tell you something. I want to tell all these fans something. Everybody knows that this is my home here, and this is where I'm going to stay. Because Eddie knows what I'm dealing on right now. I'm fixing to buy me one of the biggest farms up in that area there that has ever been bought before. I'm fixing to make it into one of the biggest horse and cattle ranches that's ever been in this area, bigger than anything in Texas ranching. I am not fixing to leave, man, because we're going to outshine anything or anybody in here, and whenever it comes down to anything, championships or anything else. The Gibberts are going to do it with the backing of this man right here.
Yeah, Lance, also,
Family, baby.
this is the biggest match I've been in, but also Tuesday night is going to be one of the biggest nights in Memphis because the last match, that 22-man elimination tag for that mink coat. Now, I heard Lawler talking about it. Well, Lawler, you're talking about a world title. You're talking about a mink coat. Well, you better go through Eddie Gilbert first, brother. Hot stuff is after your tail, and I'm going to win that mink coat, too.
Well, if that's an invitation, I wouldn't brag about it too much because he's just liable to take you up on it. Let's talk about Tuesday night.
Special night. Championship Wrestling brings a special card of 7 big bouts. This week, the Coliseum locks on Tuesday night with a loser's nightmare match. Each loser will have something different at stake, from wearing a dress to leaving town when Savage and Popo meet Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy continue their personal grudge. Handsome Jimmy takes on Iron Mike Sharp, and Jerry Lawler faces undefeated Russian Korchenko for the Southern Belt. All of this action and more Tuesday night at regular prices.
When I come off the court, I am ready to go out on the town. And that means looking great right down to my feet. Look at these shoes I got at Payless. They weren't expensive at all. And women love them. So tonight, my date is in for one good time. Well, I hope you score more points tonight, buddy boy.
Right now, save on these men's dress shoes. On sale for just $14. Payless Shoe Source. You could pay more, but why?
The Ultimate Adventure. United Sports of America presents a Grand National Motor Spectacular. Last night, fantastic. Last chance tonight at the Mid-South Coliseum. We're going to turn the floor of the Coliseum into a giant mud pit. For the Hot Rod Mud Racing National Championship. Modified and super modified four-wheel drive trucks and the world's first jet-powered mud racer, Silver Eagle. Plus the Hot Rod Truck Tug of War. The best show truck and show girl competition. Mud Bod Dash for cash. And the baddest shimmy in the land. The Monster Car Crusher Bear. The roof of the Coliseum is coming off.
I need a new TV. Now.
Hello, Remco. I want a really nice stereo. Hello, Remco.
Call now and say hello to Remco. Get the brand name TV or stereo you want today with our easy and affordable rental purchase plan.
Great.
I'd rather own.
You can. At Remco, all your rent applies to ownership. You don't need credit, service is free, and you're never obligated to keep renting. Hello, Remco. We'll deliver your new TV or stereo today.
The cooling systems in today's cars are made with aluminum. But does your antifreeze protect that aluminum from the damage of rust, pitting, and corrosion? This one does. Peak Antifreeze and Coolant's unique patented formula helps protect all the metals in your car's cooling system, including aluminum. For the way cars are made today, you need the protection of Peak.
Get a $2 manufacturer's coupon for Peak at Honey's Auto Parts and Oil City, USA.
You know, Lance, I guess every sport has its cast of unusual characters, but certainly a newcomer to this area right now is one of the most unusual that I've ever seen, this individual called Jason.
Yeah, this guy, he's one of these types that he's not very long on scientific wrestling, but he sure does a lot of clubbing with that arm. He was going up against the Italian Stallion. Pretty good test, too.
Yeah, this fellow was twice the national collegiate champion, the Italian Stallion.
And let's take a look and see how he fares with Jason in there. Boy, he is a mean clubber.
Stallion.
And Jason, we can see what his tactics will be, just clubbing away.
Yeah.
Jason right back up, and with a look of craze in his eyes, it looked like to me, choking him. Sends him in, choking him now. Jason. Oh man, that big right boot. Caught him hard, Lance. Now he goes to the ropes. Once again, stumps. And he gets a count of 3. Yes, sir. 4 minutes, 52 seconds the time. The winner is Jason. And Jason choking him.
Razor wins the match, but that's not good enough for him, as he might be on the trail of a disqualification. No, sir, he breaks it up before the count of 5. Jason in 4:52 comes out the winner.
Stand by. I got 12 of them stepping into the ring right here for 12-man tag team action. On one side of the ring, at a total weight of 1,293 pounds, the Invaders, Tommy Gilbert, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, and the Dirty White Boys, Tony Anthony and Lynn Denton. Also Jimmy Hart and Jimmy Jr. in their corner. Across the way at a total weight of 1,378 pounds, Rick Rude, Ken Raper, Tim Ashley, Steve Constant, and the King, Jerry Lawler. This match to the expiration of time, Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
I'll tell you what, this has got to be action-packed. This is you start getting into a 12-man, well, you've got 5 on one side and 6 on the other.
Yeah, it is not. I was trying to do my math a little slow on that, Gordon. It comes out to be actually a handicap match in here, 6 against 5.
It is indeed, although I think Lawler might like that psychological aspect of it. And Lawler very quickly trapped in the opponent's corner. And they are quick to take advantage of that, but it's Lawler ducking to one side. All right, 11 men, tag team men. Lawler locks up collar and elbow once again with the Dirty White Boys. Now he's got him locked in his corner. Dirty White Boy slips away, and he catches him to the side of the car. I don't think there's going to be a lot of finesse in this match.
Well, I think if I were going against the Gilberts, the Dirty White Boys, and the Invaders, I don't believe I would be looking to finesse either, Gordon.
I think you're exactly right. Lawler locks up once again, collar and elbow. And the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart approaching us.
You know, I don't understand this. Jerry Calhoun and Jerry Lawler. You know, Lawler loses the fist. What does Calhoun do? He goes, don't use it anymore, Jerry, and let him get by with it. I don't understand that, Russell.
Hey, tells your people the same thing, Jimmy. Members of the family get the same kind of warning. What else do you want?
You've got to be kidding, man. That's got to be a professional joke. Man, if you were in a stock car race and a stock car guy went by a yellow flag, what would happen on it? Tell me.
Okay, Jimmy. Let us watch the match here.
Rick Rude punishing the Dirty White Boy as the mouth of the South complaining more again about the officiating, and he's a fine one to complain after what he caused earlier on. Tim Ashley in there against the Dirty White Boy, caught in the midsection. The Dirty White Boy smashing Ashley into that near turnbuckle.
You know, look at these two guys up here, baby. Everybody wants to go out, bleach their hair, get a pair of tights on, go to the gym and work out, and all of a sudden you think you're a professional wrestler. Well, let me tell you something, baby. The Dirty White Boys, the Gilberts, these guys are professional wrestlers, not these little scrawny, young, whatever they are in the ring now, brother.
Yeah, Jimmy, I predict they're a pretty good-looking team, and you'll be trying to get them in the family before it's over with. You can bet on that.
All right, Tommy Gilbert makes the tag now. The Dirty White Boys up against Tim Ashley. And Ashley battling his way back across the ring. Ashley fights his way across the ring, makes the tag. Jerry the King Lawler back in there again. The King Lawler exploding with a series of right hands on Tommy Gilbert. He's got Tommy Gilbert in trouble, makes the tag now with Steve Thompson. Steve Thompson, side headlock into a hip lock takedown. Gilbert tries to roll him into a pinning combination. Thompson hangs in there. And it's Thompson. Fired off the rope. Shot from behind by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the international heavyweight champion. Johnson reaching out, makes the tag. Ken Raper moves in.
That's what we do to muscle boys, baby. That's what we do to muscle boys, Gordon.
I'll tell you, he's got, well, I can't say it, but you know what I mean.
I felt the same way so many times, Gordon. 4 minutes passed in this expiration of time match. It is a handicap match with 5 against 6. Jerry Bryant
who was scheduled to be in here, was injured in that bout a little bit earlier with Eddie and Tommy Gilbert, and Jerry is not participating, so it's 5 against 6. Woo! Ken Raper really banged down by Tony Anthony of the Dirty White Boys.
Well, they seem very much in control at the moment, and again, it's the Dirty White Boys punishing Ken Raper. Now they make the tag. They double team him before the count, very quickly exiting the ring.
I guess you mentioned a while ago that there's 5 on that side of the ring and 6 of ours.
Yeah, I understand.
But I'll tell you why. You know why? Because I feel like Calhoun is their 6th partner over there. He's their 6th man in the ring.
Stop that stuff.
Good forearm by the Dirty White Boy on the side of the jaw. Ken Raper has him staggered. The Dirty White Boy brings him a full body slam. And it is the Dirty White Boy trying to get pinfall. Remember, this match is the winner of the most falls at the end of the time period is the winner of the match. So it could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 falls. It doesn't make any difference. It's the winner of the most falls. Hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert giving Ken Raper a lot of problems here. Makes the tag with the Invader. Off the rope. The Invader catches him with the back of the elbow. Drives him back to the canvas. Raper needs to get over and make the tag. Finally does. It's Jerry the King Lawler. Lawler exploding on the Invaders, and Lawler now gets to Eddie Gilbert. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert, and it's Rick Rude in there now. We've got the entire ring full of competitors. One of the Dirty White Boys thrown out. And we've got absolute chaos and bedlam going on, but it's Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler getting a pinfall. Jerry Lawler getting a pinfall on one of the Invaders for the first fall.
He wasn't a legal man.
Well, I think he was. And so the victors of the first fall, the team of Lawler, Constance, Rude, and Ashley.
Boy, I got to tell you what.
Agony of defeat.
Complaint. The first ball of action goes to the team of Lawler, Ashley, etc. And we are going to be taking time out. We'll be back with more action coming up in just a moment.
The Dallas Morning News, 3 a.m. You know this crew gets heartburn. And when they do, there's no time to stop. No wonder so many people take Rolaids, the tablet that gives millions 100% relief. Like a sponge, Rolaids antacid medicine consumes 100% of the acid required to give millions 100% relief. With Rolaids, you can keep going. Rolaids. Rolaids spells 100% relief.
Bill Cosby for Coca-Cola.
I'm here in the Cabbage Patch with 2 friends I'd like you to meet. This is Chrissy Lee, very cute Cabbage Patch Kid, and this is...
Mary, sir.
Right. Now, this is the perfect place for us to tell you that you've got a chance to help the March of Dimes prevent birth defects and share the love with kids like Mary.
And you might even win your very own Cabbage Patch Kid.
Just look for this display where you buy Coca-Cola. It'll tell you all you need to know. Bye, Mary.
Bye, Father.
Goodbye, Chrissy.
I couldn't go much more than $6,000 for a car. You know what my dad, the defeatist, said? Jerry, you're not going to find much for that. Wrong. I found this adorable Cavalier at my Chevy dealer. It's so cute. My Cavalier's got front-wheel drive and more horsepower than Toyota Tercel, Honda Accord, or Nissan Sentra. You listening, Dad?
Chevy Cavalier at your Memphis area Chevy dealers. Isn't it great to love a car you can afford?
Slimmy celebrating their after Thanksgiving sale with something new. TVs and VCRs from RCA. The selection is big, the prices are right, the service is great on famous RCA appliances from Slimming, like a cable-ready remote VCR for $4.79, a remote swivel-based console TV only $5.88, a 19-inch direct remote with time and panel display $4.29. Oh, I could go on forever, but need I say more? Why, you'd be a turkey to buy your appliances from anyone but Slimming, Memphis and Jackson.
Well, lots of action coming up Tuesday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Jimmy Hart and the First Family involved in several of the matches there, including the 22-man mixed total elimination match.
You know, these people are going to give me a nervous breakdown over here because I can't even hear myself think over here. Let me tell you something, baby. I am sick and tired of everything that's been handed down around here. That's why I've got my bodyguard with me. Iron Mike Sharp last week had Jerry the King Lawler beat 1, 2, 3, right? But who interferes? handsome Jimmy Valiant. Well, we're going to set an example for you, Jimmy Valiant, and I promise you that right there, buddy. Now you've got Jerry the King Lawler against Pachinko. When I make my second $1 million, I'm going to move to Russia, baby, because it's number one, not the USF of A, baby. I'll tell you that right now, Lawler. You know, Lawler stands out there, and he's got all his little books that he wants to sell, and he's got his own TV show. You know why? Because people have come to me about writing books, but I don't want to write any books. People are coming to me about my own TV show, but I don't want to be on some local station here, baby. I want to be in Hollywood or California on a big network station. You understand that? The Theodore Cleaver Beaver of professional wrestling, Lawler. That's what you are. With your nice little neat hairstyle and your perfect clothes and all your little TV shows. Well, I promise you this, brother. I am going to walk out of the ring in that 22-man battle royal. My men are going to win me that mink coat, and they're going to put it around me for my Christmas present. You understand that? And if they don't, I told them in the back, then I'll take it out of their money. I'll take an extra 10% out of everything they make. You understand that? So I'm going to get that coat one way or another. Now, we've got the Papos against the Gilberts. Right. You know, my dream would be, my dream, baby, is to see Savage wear that dress for 30 days, because then we could really laugh at him for what a macho man he would be. You understand what I'm saying? But then there's the topper, Rick Rude against King Kong Bundy. You know, everybody's saying that Angel beat Jimmy Hart. There is no woman in the world that can beat Jimmy Hart. No woman can beat Jimmy Hart. You understand that, baby? Nobody can beat me. Any woman thinks they can beat me, then you come to Jonesboro tonight and try to beat me. Or you come Tuesday night and try to beat me, baby, because nobody can beat Jimmy Hart. I was sucker punched on that. In Jonesboro tonight, Lawler, we're going to tar and feather you, big boy. How do you like that, man?
All right, Jimmy. You want me when I'm with you.
Now, you don't let nobody touch me like that.
Nobody touch you, baby. All right.
22-man mixed total elimination match and these matches Tuesday night at the Coliseum.
On a special night, Championship Wrestling brings a special card of 7 big bouts. This week, the Coliseum locks on Tuesday night with a loser's nightmare match. Each loser will have something different at stake, from wearing a dress to leaving town when Savage and Popo meet Tommy and Eddie Gilbert. Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy continue their personal grudge. Handsome Jimmy takes on Iron Mike Sharp, and Jerry Lawler faces undefeated Russian Kurchenko for the Southern Belt. All of this action and more Tuesday night at regular prices.
All right, as this match continues now, the 11-man tag team match, 6-5. And the Invader just got pinned, and so it's the Invader and Lawler, but now Lawler makes the tag with Ken Raper, and so the Invader needs to get tagged up as quickly as he can. The time rapidly running down for this week of Championship Wrestling. Well, they're double and tripling up on Raper now, keeping him trapped in that corner. Lance, I have a hunch that we're going to be going off the air with action still going on in the ring.
I think our time is just about going out of here, but we want to try to squeeze in every second we can of this handicap match. It has 6 men against 5, and right now, Dirty White Boy working with Ken Raper. Son of a gun, it is just about quitting time here, and the first fall having been 1 fall up, it means that the Lawler team is going to be the team that is going to end up victorious in there as our time is running out.
Well, we're going to be pausing here for a quick commercial break. If anything happens during this break, we'll bring it back to you. Let's go.